I have 4 thrift flips for you today. I'm going to show you how to upcycle these items, and I'm also going to show you how to put them together and decorate them in your home. So the first one is this wood tray that I got. I'm staining it with Old and Gray, which is a liquid patina. All of the items that I'm going to be using here today will be linked below this video. And basically you just apply it and wipe it back. And now look at that. Look how easy and simple that was. Now we're going to also put a transfer on it. So I'm using the Brocante transfer. You get so many transfers from just this one transfer pack. It's gorgeous. Now I've got this label and I'm just going to cut it down to size to fit the tray. So once you remove the backing, you just apply it and you get the stick with your transfer and you just rub it on. It's just so simple. It really takes your project to the next level for such a small investment. This tray, I think I paid $2 for the tray, and the transfer, probably pennies when you really look at how many you get in the transfer pack. I picked up 2 rolling pins from the thrift store, and I started out wanting to just stain the handles, but then I changed my mind. So I decided to stain the whole thing and then paint the handles white. Now I'm not going to use this for an actual rolling pin. If you were, then you would just oil it. I'm using white linen from the all-in-one paint. And then just before it dries completely, I take a baby wipe and wipe it back just to make it look aged. The next one, I'm doing the same thing, but the handle I'm doing in Gray Skies. And once that dries, I'm going to just go ahead and put some white wax on it. I love to display old books, and especially ones that have an inscription like that. I think that's so sweet. You can find these books at thrift stores, yard sales, and you might even have some that you have that has been handed down to you. So just think about these books as items to stack things on. It gives you some height and interest to your decor. So I picked this up at the thrift store as well, and I'm going to remove the metal rooster. It's cute, but I want to put a bigger one on. So I'm going to use my mold, and I'm going to cast one out of air dry clay. Under this video, there's going to be a link to the blog that'll have this supply list for everything that I've used here today. Once we pull this out, I'm going to use wood glue, and I love the Gorilla brand. Everything that Gorilla Glue makes, I love. So you put enough on there, you apply it. Now, I would highly encourage you to let this dry overnight before you paint it. I wanted to use the gray paint, so I'm using Gray Skies. And I'm going to do 2 coats. Let it dry in between coats. And then we're going to do some white wax. I'm going to put a coat of white wax on. Just be careful if you're working on a large project. Just do a little section at a time, because you don't want the wax to dry before you can wipe it back. And I'm just using a paper towel to wipe back the wax. And this is why it's really important to let your clay dry, because you're going to be pushing on it, and if you didn't, you're going to be squishing your clay. I see these graters all the time at the thrift store. And if I get one that's got rust on it, I will leave it as is because I think that looks cool. But this one here, I'm going to add some paint. Now, I actually used White Swan, which is a clay base. This does not have the sealer in it because I wanted to wipe it back quite a bit. So that paint is really good for that. Because it is a clay paint, we do need to seal it. So I'm going to put 1 coat of clear wax on it and it'll be good to go. It is amazing what you can find at a thrift store. I don't know if you're like me, but it excites me because you just never know what you're going to find. Now stay to the end of this video because you're going to get a sneak peek of what the next video is going to be about. In this next video, we're going to upcycle these items. Glassware, frames. Glassware is one of the easiest and quickest things to do. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.